The church sits on the outskirts of an undistinguished town near the main road to Norwich. It was settled by monks of the Holy Trinity in the 14th century, who built a new decorated church, now a Norfolk rarity. Their structure was based on a Norman foundation. Fragments of the earlier church survive beyond the chancel screen. This screen dominates the nave and is the most complete in Norfolk. It was paid for, like the fine north porch, not by the church, but by the Ratcliffes of Attleborough Hall. The screen was overpainted in the early 16th century with biblical texts, and again in the 17th century, when it was adorned with the shields of all 24 bishoprics in England. The Ratcliffe family not only patronised the pre-Reformation church, but took ownership after the ejection of the monks at the Reformation. In 1525, Robert Ratcliffe was Lord Fitzwalter and 1st Earl of Sussex. This may explain the survival of the screen. The Attleborough estate was later sold to the Bickley family, London drapers, whose monuments adorn the transepts. The screen, dating from the late 15th century, spans both nave and aisles, and its loft is supported not on ribbed coving, but most unusually on a full vault with pendants. There are paintings of saints both in the main panels and in the dado. The vaulting is superb, the whole a supreme work of late Gothic carving. The screen was moved to the west end of the nave in 1845, but restored in 1931. By then, the remains of the west wall mural had been uncovered, and 2 fake Norman windows inserted where once had been a cross. The result is one of those curiously unsatisfactory works of conservation, the partial reinstatement of a mural.
Sorry, I thought it was a chapel. Thought it was. Sorry.
Hopefully one day it might be a chapel.
Okay, amen.
We've got a bit of money to raise.
It should either be coherently completed in reproduction or covered and replaced. The figures are unclear, but the lower ones appear to be feathered angels playing basketball. The late Stuart pulpit is said to be by a pupil of Gibbon's. The rare Regency iron lectern comes from King's Lynn, with steps in the form of a serpent with a long leaf for a railing. There is a trace of a St. Christopher wall painting on the north wall and medieval stained glass high in the west window. The early 20th century glass in some of the aisle windows lends a gloom quite out of character with the rest of the church.